Gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Comrade! Labor right, them a go down, bong. Them a go down, bong. Them a go down. Is that? Margie, him a God picking. No hope their work if you touch Margie. Margie, him a God picking. No hope their work if you touch Margie. We now vote for Labour. Orange we a come out in now. If you love the PNP, who no step out for Marky G. Jamaica just come along with we. People time come, people time come, people time is up.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I say that we are pledge of allegiance.
Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Yeah, I say that we
We gonna run this town.
It does not inspire and can only expire. The JLP government will continue to fail the people. Furthermore, this is a government without credibility to back up promises. 8 of their members of parliament, including the Prime Minister himself, are under investigation for the corruption offense of illicit enrichment. It is a blot on Jamaica's international image and reputation. No Prime Minister can lead the country with credibility when he remains under such a cloud when it comes to his own financial integrity. The promised reduction of the rate of general consumption tax on electricity will not impact the majority of JPS customers who consume less than 150 kilowatt hours per month of electricity and already benefit from the tax exemption introduced by the Portia Simpson Miller administration. In fact, the greater savings from the tax rate reduction will accrue to wealthier customers who consume more electricity. What is needed is strong and capable leadership to drive down electricity costs in Jamaica through a transformation of the energy sector. The PNP has a plan to achieve this and a shadow minister with a track record of achieving it. We will bring modern legislation as we've done before and massive investment to the energy sector. And for that, our record speaks for itself. The meager break in market fees for craft vendors does not address their plight. They want a level playing field for doing business. The craft markets are in a terrible state, turning off visitors, and nothing is being done to encourage tourists to visit the craft market. And massive investment so to the energy sector can make money. The People's National Party will ensure that government doesn't shirk its responsibility to make the tourism industry benefit our craft vendors and other locally owned businesses. And the last thing I will say at this point is that the so-called reverse income tax credit is to be turned into a $20,000 money giveaway. It is a blatant, run-with-it, vote-buying scheme for the next election, and is taking place at a time when the economy is contracting and experiencing negative economic growth. However, the recent by-elections in Morant Bay and Annan Town show that the Jamaican people are not for sale and are determined to have a change of government. Thank you.
Leader of the opposition, colleagues, members of the media, good morning. I'm usually very mild-mannered when it comes down to criticizing this government. And this has a lot to do with, for the energy sector, trying to achieve greater unity and consensus. But today, I proclaim that we have not seen in any government since independence such gross mismanagement of the energy sector. And I believe what is happening is that the government, rather than pivoting for growth, is pivoting to elections. We have seen tremendous hardship to the consumers, but we've also seen, because of the high price of electricity, the lack of growth in our economy. Jamaica's energy cost is one of the highest now in the world, coming from 23 US cents per kilowatt hour in 2016, when we left office, to at times way over 40 cents per kilowatt hour. To solve the energy crisis, you have to have laser-like focus on both energy generation and energy transmission and distribution. It won't be solved by some half-baked, cynical, hand-wringing scheme at the 11th hour on the eve of national elections to throw little and meaningless goodies at the problem. We started a mini revolution of the energy sector between 2012 and 2016. We intend to complete that revolution from 2025 until the completion of our first term back in office. Our accomplishments in the period 2012 to 2016 saw the diversification of fuel sources, where over 90% of our electricity was generated from heavy fuel oil and diesel, to a situation from 2016 where 60% of our electricity was generated from LNG and about 20% from renewables. We also did certain modifications of the license to make it far more beneficial to the Jamaican people. We focus on cutting line losses by increasing penalties, and we did introduce prepaid arrangements with the capability to go island-wide. In fact, we introduced a pilot in 2014, and the Prime Minister is unaware that that pilot was expanded nationally by the time his government took office. Total electricity theft today, as a result of the failure of this government, is greater than when the JPSCO was sold in 2001. No new procurement, except for an announcement that we believe the minister will be making this week, after promising over 240 megawatts of renewable energy in 1 year, and then for it to be increased by 100 megawatts. We are seeing the government, after 9 years, announcing the award of licenses for 100 megawatts of new renewable capacity. And this is an instance of gross mismanagement. In 2013, we were able to secure procurement after 1 year in office. And why this is so egregious is that because of what has happened with solar, we are seeing now prices, bid prices for electricity at below 8 US cents per kilowatt hour. These licenses will not take effect until the PNP is returned to power, and no earlier than 2027. Our solution: give power to the people, to democratize electricity, to recognize the power of solar, and also to negotiate a new license with the JPSCO. We, when the time comes for our manifesto to be revealed, will show to Jamaicans that there's tremendous hope for the future with lower electricity prices. The party leader has already commented on the reduction that was announced by the Prime Minister of GCT from 15 to 7%. The GCT reduction disproportionately benefits high-income earners. More than 75% of households will experience minimal relief, with savings capped at about $237 per month. And also in relation to prepaid meter rollout, again, the fact of the matter is that we did start in 2014 this prepaid facility, which was abandoned, really, even after we were able to demonstrate its success and the fact that it was capable of going nationwide. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. First, let me say the announcement on Sunday in regards to water we regard as a knee-jerk reaction. This wasn't a decision which was taken by the board of the NWC before the Prime Minister came and made those announcements. The NWC has 547,321 customers. Of that amount, 350,000 is in delinquent in some way, shape, or form. There's a total of 150,000 customers of the NWC who are just basically fall off the system and not paying any water bill whatsoever. The NWC is owed a total of $52 billion. 0 to 5 years, 13 billion, 6 to 14 years, 15 billion, 15 years and over, 24 billion. This government has been there for 9 years now and has done nothing about it. I also note that the NWC, in terms of the customer base now, a monthly collection of $3.3 billion is collected monthly from the customers of the NWC. The 350,000 that is not paying or in some form of arrangement with the NWC will not get a break from what was announced on Sunday.